Bill Van Dyke, who plays Cyrano, is filling some pretty big shoes.
Indeed.
I mean, Charles Laughton played Cyrano. Christopher Plummer, Derek Jacobi got a Tony Award on Broadway not too long ago.
And Jose Farah got an Oscar, what, 1950 for playing Cyrano?
Gerard Depardieu did it just a year or so ago in a wonderful movie.
The most definitive screen version of Cyrano. And tonight, it's Bill Van Dyke's turn to play Cyrano.
All the big actors in the world have wanted to play and played Cyrano, and I'm glad that I'm allowed to play, to tell you the truth, because it's such a wonderful part to play. It's could be compared with a Shakespeare part, like a Hamlet or a King Lear.
All righty, we're ready. Romeo, he's no Romeo.
Dutch actor Bill Van Dyke is Cyrano. From his first explosion onto the stage in a rage to his final gasping breath, he brings a deep knowledge of the part. In Holland, he of course sang the role in Dutch.
Dit is de min, iedere zin is pijnlijk. Hij is te dom waarschijnlijk, willen we niet uiteindelijk opera.
People say to me, well, you've done it before in Europe, so that's easy, all you've got to do is do it in English, but that's not true at all. I mean, we're working with a completely different cast here, different people. And acting, of course, is no more than reacting on your fellow players. So, for me, it's a completely different play.
Think it you can buy me? Then I'm a beggar. Go ahead and try me, is my reply. I was always told I head up high. Live like a man or...
It's indeed, it is sheer endurance during this production. You're never off the stage. And it's very physical too, you know, with the fencing, at the same time singing, jumping off tables. It's very physical at the same time. And a lot of power songs, a lot of emotion, you know, which really drains you at the end.
When I write, then I'm weightless.
When I started playing this part at the beginning, I was just completely broken every night, you know, and I had to find some sort of consensus in order to be able to play the part without getting so deep into it myself, you know, because I was crying my eyes out at the last scene myself, you know. I thought this is going too far because I won't have a life anymore. But I think it is the heaviest part written for the musical stage at the moment. I'm convinced.
You know, he is Cyrano. It's a role, it's a thing he studied in Holland. It's not like he's like that as a boy in the streets. It's not like that, but he is Cyrano. He has a strange kind of panache, humor, even frustration.
The overall feeling for me in this play is that it's frustration. Of course, Cyrano, of course, is a very frustrated man. And at the same time, he's a very honorable man, and because he stays true to his beliefs.
So, what I like really, what's very, very well
It is the greatest love triangle of all time. Cyrano, who loves Roxanne, who loves Christian because he talks like Cyrano. But for the audience to believe it, the chemistry has to be just right.
Because I came here as a strange foreigner, you know, and they were thinking, my God, you know, will he be able to speak English? What is he going to be like, etc.? Is he going to be starish or whatever? And slowly we've really grown towards each other, and we like each other, you know. We feel a love for each other and also a great respect. We're really getting something together when we look into each other's eyes.
And I would love him still. And if he were ugly, what then?
I think it's wonderful because then you get on stage and I understand the sparkle in Bill's eye when he looks at me, which helps because Cyrano and Roxanne have known each other since they were young. You know, they grew up together. So I need to know those things about him. I need to know when he gives me a certain look, what exactly that means. And it has to send a certain feeling through me, and I can react to that.
I've been asked to give a little setup to the comical side of Cyrano here. I mean, it's very difficult to do this out of context. But there is a moment where he is fighting and at the same time reciting poems. And I tell you, it's not easy. So let me see here. While I'm fighting, I'm doing this, etc., etc. And I say, an artist once tried to paint me from the side till his eyes were beginning to grow wide.
Said there's no canvas made that is so wide. Whoosh! One sweltering day, I was told by a lady whose fan wasn't cooling her fever that wagging my nose would relieve her.
And the funny thing about it was, you can interpret Cyrano in so many ways. You can interpret him as the poet, as the clown, as the fighter, the wild guy. And it's so funny to see how different people interpret it in different ways. This must be an appetizing little shot for you here.
Yeah, you want to get right in, right on?
I'm trying to put in a little bit of all these parts, because I think he is all these parts. And I hope that gets through, you know. I mean, I like the rough part. He is a fighter, you know. I mean, he's a rough man.
Spite me and bite me. Fighting is what I thrive on. Spurn me and scorn me. Your scorn is what I survive on.
I know that this play is 100 years old, but this play will still be running 100 years from now. Why is that? Because this man is made of flesh and blood. This is a real person you're seeing on stage. It's not some cardboard figure, you know, you're watching. I mean, this man is real. And that's why it'll always stay alive.
That's not real?
Well, the thing we have to remember is that Bill Van Dyke played this part in Amsterdam in Dutch for 10 months, and now has had to learn an entirely new production in English with completely different lyrics.
And a whole new cast.
Right.
And of course, we're seeing him for the first time, but he's very well known in his own country.
Right.
Christopher, he's done Les Mis and Evita and Gypsy, but let's face it, if he is a star as a result of tonight, it's a whole new life for Bill Van Dyke.
And all over the world, they still consider that Broadway, this is the place, this is the definition of whether you made it or not.
Yeah, if you can
Make it there.
Yes,
And when we come back, we'll meet the American co-stars of Cyrano.
Right after this.
A soap star and the woman he loves on stage, live from Broadway, right after this.